fans, what's going on? Patrick over here at Ghost Picks ATS. Do believe we are live. We'll wait a sec to make sure it's all good up and running, but we're here. Talk some March Madness. It is Sunday, the round of 32. We got some great games today, some good insight. You're going to have a couple picks, a overs parlay. I'm not really an overs guy normally, but today is the day. But we'll wait a second, make sure the stream is up and running correctly, and then we'll get after it. We're going to start, if you're just in here, I will be looking for a live number on Pitt in this game. All right, it seems like it's a little bit shaky here, so we'll see if it works out. If not, I'm going to have to post another video here with some more picks. But we're live. What's going on, everybody? Been a little bit. March Madness is here. Started out on Thursday with a hell of a day. Friday with a hell of a bad day. And then yesterday back to another great day. So up, down, up. Hopefully we keep it up today. I think it's a day for overs. If you're just joining, what's going on? So, Ghost Picks Patrick over here. I'm going to have a couple picks, one parlay. If you want any insight into these games, you can go ahead and comment what's going on, or something in the comments, and I will do my best to reach out and answer any questions and get all insight into just about any game. My top team bio. I think I might have been disconnected. If I'm back up, man, that's struggling. I don't know what's going on. The internet I got a lot of things going on right now, a lot of streams and things happening with college basketball. But we're going to try to fight through this. If it doesn't work, I'm going to have to reset and maybe reboot. But bear with me. All right, I think I'm back up. I'm back in live. All right, so we're going to start out first. So Pittsburgh and Xavier. I'm a fan of this Pittsburgh team, especially in this arena. They played in Greensboro for the ACC tournament, which means they've got a little bit more experience than Xavier in here. Something about Jason Capel and this, kind of arena. But I like Pitt. I also kind of like the second half over in this. I think it's going to be a grinded out game. But Xavier, the way that they play, Solomon Boom and these guys, they've kind of been a little bit shaky. Colby Jones and whatnot, they've been fighting. Don't like the chemistry that's been going on with Xavier. So Pittsburgh, if you get the opportunity for Pittsburgh, I do like them at a good number at 5 or better. I did take them pregame, and we'll be looking for that one. But that's not the game we're here to talk about. Mainly we'll be talking about Michigan State and Marquette, but we'll respond to just about any single game going on today. First one we're going to start out with, though, is the 2 p.m. game for the people hopping in here. That is Kansas State and Kentucky. So looking at that game, Kentucky is the best rebounding team in the country, pretty much. I mean, they're number 2 in offensive rebounding, top 50 in defensive rebounding, Sheboy, whatnot. You got to be able to rebound. Kansas State's got the bodies to do that on the glass, and really that will be the key today. Other than that, March. When it comes to March, it's all about turnovers, and Kentucky does not force turnovers. It's one of the things about them, and Kansas State, they cough it up. So if you can force turnovers against Kansas State, that's really the one big area where you can gain an advantage. But given Kentucky's lack of pressure on the defensive end, I like Kansas State in this game. Plus the points is going to be a heavy Kentucky crowd. That Big Blue travels, only like 6 hours or so from Greensboro to Kentucky. Lexington, Kansas State crowd will not be purple in there. That's for damn sure. So got to fight through the elements. But this Kansas State team, they've got great experienced guards, and that's really what you're looking for. Marcus Noel, he's got some of the highest assist percentage in college basketball. He's a little short man, but man, he gets after it. So Kansas State plus the points in game 2 today. And then we're going to have a little break in the action until the 5 p.m. games. But that 5 p.m. game is the one that I mainly want to look at between Marquette and Michigan State. I think it's the stink line of the day. That line just reeks. You got the 2 seed is only a 2.5 point favorite. Whew, sketchy. Why is that? I don't know. There's a couple reasons why. So Marquette, their defense is not great. But the one thing that they do is force turnovers, which, can if you force enough turnovers, you can make the game close. They're like number 210, I believe, in effective field goal percentage on defense. So when teams are able to shoot the ball versus Marquette, they have success. Marquette is also not good on the defensive glass. So if they're not forcing turnovers, that is trouble. And this Michigan State team has been top 50 in the country in turnovers all year long. They've got two experienced guard in Tyson Walker and A.J. Hoggard, whatever his name is. But Michigan State is an experienced team, an experienced coach. I think this is going to be a phenomenal basketball game. I think this one's going to come down to the wire. So yesterday morning, lost our only over-under, and that was on the San Diego State Furman over. And I believe that game would have gone over had it been a little bit closer. Blowouts don't work with overs. They slow down the pace, don't really care, take the 30 seconds, yada, yada, yada. But later in the day, we did hit our last two overs, and I believe today's another day for overs. I think this Marquette-Michigan State game could soar over. You're not going to see a ton of turnovers. Tyler Kolek is one of the best point guards in the country from Marquette. Does not turn it over, has an extremely high assist percentage. He runs that offense like a well-oiled machine. Michigan State's defense this year has been solid, but they're beatable. No doubt they're beatable. Michigan State does play at a slower pace, but they shoot a lot of threes, and Marquette shoots a ton of threes. So there's going to be a lot, and they both allow a lot of three-point attempts. So there's going to be a lot of threes, a lot of movement. There's not going to be a lot of turnovers. And anytime you get these close games down the finish, fouls are an immediate 10-point boost. You saw that in the Texas versus Penn State game. That over-under wasn't anywhere near being close until the end of the game when he started getting fouls and whatnot. If it's within 10 points, which I believe this game will be, this line is set at 2.5. I think Marquette by 1 point or 2 points is the final score in this game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I think there's going to be some added fouls. Michigan State's third in the country in three-point percentage. Marquette launches a ton themselves. I think this game has recipe for over all day long, so we'll be hopping on that. I see I'm breaking up, but I just got to bear with it. I think the sound's all right, though, so yeah. The video's a little shaky, but the sound's good, so bear with me here. We're rolling. So if you're looking for a little bit of a parlay today, I think there is – I don't like doing parlays unless I see some kind of correlation with these picks. I think the overs today are correlated. Now, each individual game is not, but the fact that there's been a ton of unders. Every single game pretty much so far has gone under, almost 80%. And why is that? You get a new basketball on a new court, and you get a little bit of pressure, and what do you get? You get unders. Now they're in the second game in their respective arenas, and the unders have dropped a couple points, which is all you need. When you get into March, close games, if you get close games, you get overs. It's what happens. In my opinion, you see it all the time. There's just an automatic 10 points, up to 20 points. You can see 20 points in the final 2 minutes of any game, and that's a huge boost to over-unders. So with that being said, Kansas State, Kentucky. I think that's going to be a great basketball game. I think that's going to come down to the wire. I don't really see an answer for Kansas State on the defensive end, and I don't think Kentucky's going to be able to stop Kansas State all game. So I'll be taking the over in that game. I'll be taking the over in the Marquette-Michigan State game, and then I'm also going to be taking the over in the Miami and Indiana game. And that's the last game that I will talk about here, and then I'll go check the comments and see what's going on, see if anybody wants to dive into any games in particular. But Miami and Indiana, I don't need any stats for this one. I could just talk about the matchup in this one. Miami's got 4 guards, 5 guards, 6 guards. They can just keep them coming all day long. They're experienced, they're good, they play fast, and they're dangerous. I was on Kent State versus Indiana. I said that Kent State was possibly the best mid-major. They got one of the best point guards. If they were able to get through Indiana, I thought they were going to make a run, possibly to the Final Four. I think Kent State was that good, and I thought they played good against Indiana. They just couldn't finish at the rim because TJD, Trace Jackson-Davis, is possibly the best player in college basketball. In my opinion, he is. For what he does on the offensive end, the defensive end, he's a mismatch nightmare. He guards 1 through 5, can take you on that perimeter. He can take you inside. He's amazing. I think that Miami does not really have an option for him on defense, and vice versa. I don't think Indiana has any chance to stop their guards. I think they're going to be running all day long. they're going to pull Trace Jackson away from the rim and run that 5-out set. I've been very vocal about it on Twitter. I said it about Fairleigh Dickinson. The 5-out set, yes, it means more threes, but it also means that the rim is wide open. And with that, you get a lot of the easiest bucket in basketball is a layup at the rim. So Miami, Indiana, over. Between Wong, Nigel Pack, they got all kinds of guards going on in Miami. Indiana is going to have a height advantage, but the speed is going to be a big difference in that game. I was a little bit shaky on Miami heading into the tournament. I was worried about them, to be honest. I thought they could lose first round. With their center being injured in the Duke game, they're not the same. They have 0 big men, and he is, the transfer, he's phenomenal. But without him, they're running straight guards across the board. He's able to stop. He should be able to kind of contain Trace Jackson Davis. They have no answer. There's going to be a ton of points in that game, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth affair. Indiana plays points. All right. So, recap. Quick one. And I'm gonna do another video, a short YouTube shorter video to get all the picks in, because I know it's shaky. I don't know what's going on. It's just one of these things, with the games all streaming and whatnot. Internet is just, I don't know, it's just one of those days. But I'll do a short with a quick synopsis of what's going on in this video. But I will be looking for Pittsburgh live in this game if we can get them plus like 7 or better if Xavier takes a lead. I'll be looking for the over in the Kansas State, Indiana, Miami, and the Marquette games, those 3 overs. I will be looking at Kansas State plus the 2.5, and that's about all I got. So, good luck. God bless. Grind on. I'll work on this stream here over these next couple days and see if I can't get a nice little booster. I'll plug it up to the that's the new thing about these new computers. They don't have those Ethernets to plug up to straight to the thing. So I'll work on getting that internet fixed and get you the next round, the Sweet 16 action. I will be here again live with some more action. So thanks for tuning in. Short on the way. Like, comment, subscribe. Get on out of here. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out.